Hi, folks. It's June 1st, the start of Pride Month. Happy Pride. Welcome to What's Gay in PA, where we share news stories and events that impact the LGBTQ plus community across Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia to Erie and all points in between. Today's show is brought to you by Powered by Rainbows, starring Matt Haslam of Matt Haslam Productions, and by Aura Jewelry by Mary Moore. If you're looking for inexpensive jewelry, check out our Etsy page for details. Our top news story today. Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman broke the law this morning. His crime? He flew a pride flag outside his office at the Capitol building in Harrisburg. The Lieutenant Governor deliberately flew the flag to recognize and honor LGBTQ plus culture and to respect that LGBTQ plus rights are human rights. A law passed in 2020 bans any flag displays outside the Pennsylvania Capitol building, except for the US flag, the Pennsylvania flag, and the POW/MIA flag. When asked why he flew it, Lieutenant Governor Fetterman said, "The LGBTQIA plus flags that I fly outside my office are technically breaking a law. Yet, Pennsylvania law does not explicitly protect the LGBTQIA plus community from discrimination. This must change. We must never stop pushing for equal protection under the law and in Pennsylvania and across the country." Penn Live reported that Fetterman's flag was confiscated by the Department of General Services and their employees over the lunch hour while staffers were at lunch, according to Christina Kaufman, Fetterman's spokeswoman. She said he has made it clear that he intends to replace it with another one. In other news, President Joe Biden has released an official proclamation in honor of Pride Month. In stark contrast to his predecessor, Donald Trump, who banned transgender people from serving in the military and who refused to recognize Pride in 2020, Joe Biden's approach has been to roll back the bans put in place by Trump and issue new orders that protect the LGBTQ plus community. On Tuesday, the White House noted that after 4 years of relentless attacks on LGBTQ plus rights, the Biden-Harris administration has taken historic actions to accelerate the march toward full LGBTQ plus equality. The Biden administration has emphasized diversity in the federal government. White House officials noted today that 14% of all presidential appointees in the Biden administration are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer. Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, was the first openly gay cabinet secretary confirmed by the US Senate. And Dr. Rachel Levine, for whom the Pennsylvania Equality Project had created and drafted a petition to encourage the Senate to make her the Assistant Secretary of Health. We signed on with 350 other organizations nationwide in our pursuit of helping Dr. Levine become the Assistant Secretary of Health. She was the first openly transgender federal official to be confirmed by the Senate. During his first address to a joint session of Congress, Mr. Biden said he would continue pressing lawmakers to pass the Equality Act, which would provide civil rights protections to the LGBTQ community nationwide. And finally, in the news, the Republican Party has tied itself in knots over gay rights. Some leaders on the more liberal side of the party are quite supportive of the LGBTQ plus community. Meanwhile, governors in Arkansas, and as of today, Florida, have signed legislation banning transgender women from participating in high school athletic competitions. We'll have more on that in a moment, but for now, consider Utah. Governor Spencer Cox issued a proclamation recognizing June as Pride Month in Utah. KTSU in Salt Lake City reported that many LGBTQ+ leaders were more than pleasantly surprised by the move. Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall, a longtime ally to the LGBTQ community, praised the governor's proclamation on Pride. It's about celebrating the diversity that exists very strong in our capital city, that is throughout the state of Utah, she said in an interview. According to Fox 13 in Salt Lake City, Governor Cox is the first Utah governor to issue such a proclamation. He is known for his friendliness toward the LGBTQ community. At a vigil for victims of the Pulse massacre in Florida, he gave an apology for the past homophobia. He threatened vetoes of anti-transgender legislation in the 2021 session. Governor Cox is not the first Utah governor to express solidarity with the LGBTQ+ community. In 2020, Utah's legislature was considering a bill to ban conversion therapy. Unfortunately, the bill languished and died when time expired to pass that legislation. And at that point, Governor Gary Herbert intervened and issued an order that essentially accomplished what the law would have done had it been passed, namely to ban medical professionals from performing conversion therapy on their patients. As a side note, a similar bill banning conversion therapy is due to be introduced in the PA General Assembly this session. Democrat Governor Tom Wolf has expressed his full support for the bill. So that's the more left-leaning wing of the GOP. The right, on the other hand, has been taking draconian measures in legislatures across the country. Today, we can report that Governor Ron Desantis of Florida has signed a bill that bans transgender women and girls from participating in high school athletics. The governor signed the bill at a photo op at a Christian school in Jacksonville, where he was flanked by a row of female teenage athletes. Governor Desantis told reporters, quote, "I can tell you this, in Florida, girls are going to play girls' sports and boys are going to play boys' sports. We are going to go based off biology, not based off ideology when we are doing sports." With all due respect, Governor, one should point out that trans women are in fact women. Trans men are in fact men. The biology is pretty clear on that. We recommend that you go back to school. Supporters of the sports bill say transgender female athletes have an unfair advantage, having been designated male at birth, but having since transitioned. The Republican Party nationally does not approve of marriage equality, adoption by same-sex couples. They've proposed laws that would actually allow conversion therapy. And they're all in favor of passing laws that prevent businesses from having to serve LGBTQ customers. They oppose laws banning discrimination for housing, education, and public accommodation. Some members of the party do want to ban conversion therapy, as noted. Others approve of it. Although the Pennsylvania Equality Project is a nonpartisan organization, we are baffled that one side of the party is openly supportive and one side is vehemently opposed. Our hope is that the supportive members encourage the opposing members to realize that LGBTQ+ rights are indeed human rights. Now it's time for the rundown. Sunday, June 6th, Betty Whitecastle and Lizzie Beaumont host Queens Who Brunch. This event runs from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Capitol Room at HMAC in Harrisburg. Performing at this brunch will be Jala Nicole, Madam B, and Scarlet Overkill. Brunch and the show are $25, bottomless mimosas, just a little bit more. A link to the ticket website will be posted on Pennsylvania Equality Project's Facebook page. State Representative and candidate for Lieutenant Governor Brian Sims will be at the 5th Annual Gettysburg Pride on Saturday, June 5th. This Pride event runs from this Friday through Sunday, with several booths, vendors, and plenty of fun to be had. That's all for tonight's show. If you have news or events you would like us to mention on our show, send story ideas to info@paequality.com. For events, please allow up to 1 week prior to the event for us to include it on the program. Thanks for watching today. If you liked today's show, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Tune in tomorrow when we will have another edition of What's Gay in PA. Happy Pride Month, everyone. What's Gay in PA is a production of the Pennsylvania Equality Project, all rights reserved.